Hello and welcome to everyone online. We've just hit 12:30, so we're going to make a prompt start. Hope everybody can hear us. Hello, my name's Richard Clapham. I'm a consumer campaign project manager with Recycle Now. Today we're running a webinar with the title of Navigating the Resource Library. I've got the easy job today. I'm just introducing this and I'll hand over in a moment to Jackie Bailey. This is one of a series of seminars that we're running. This one is how to use the resource library, and we'll go through that in a minute. Before I hand over, just one or two things I just need to run through with you. Now, the technology should be working at this end. Let's click to the next slide. Just a little bit on RAP. So our mission, our vision, should I say, is a world in which resources are used sustainably. Hopefully some of you already know this, but our mission is to accelerate the move to a sustainable, resource-efficient economy through three ways: through reinventing how we design, produce and sell products, through rethinking how we use and consume products, and redefining what is possible through reuse and recycling. So again, just a bit of housekeeping. This webinar has been recorded and we will be sharing it on the RAP website afterwards. So anybody who doesn't want to be recorded should leave now. Feel free during the webinar to make comments and ask questions, and we'll do our best to answer them via the chat function. We'll get through as many as we can at the end. There'll be a question and answer at the end. And if there's hundreds, because we haven't made things too clear, then we may not be able to do them today, but we will answer them in due course. So I'll hand over now to Jackie, who'll give a brief introduction and get on with the content of the webinar.
Thanks, Richard. Afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for joining this webinar. So the purpose of the webinar is to really run through the basics of how to use our resource library. We've had lots of feedback saying that it's rather confusing. It can be quite difficult to find assets. So the purpose is to really give you some top tips on how best to find assets on the library. It's not really to help with individual requests on things that you're finding difficult to find. Please do email afterwards if there are specifics that you need help with. And so you can see the URL on the bottom of the slide there on the page. I am now just going to flick to an incognito website to sign in. I already have an account set up as an administrator, but I just want to very quickly show you how you need to sign up, just in case there's anybody on the call who hasn't yet signed up to the resource library. If you just bear with me 1 second. So I'm just going to put the URL in the top and then show you the sign-in process. You'll see top right of your screen here, it says sign up. So you just click there, and then there are a number of fields that you need to complete. It's quite self-explanatory, but I'll just go through them. So I'm just going to put in a fictionary name, as I already have an account. And then you'll need to put a password, confirm that, put your email address in, and then there are two options here. We recommend that you sign up as a business user. The individual users are more really for internal RAP staff for testing, etc. So if you sign up as a business user, and then you'll just need to fill out these fields here. First name, last name, organisation, type, so we're a charity, job title, just put project manager for ease, England, and then I'll just put the first part of our postcode. And then there's an option here where it says, would you like to receive emails from RAP? We won't share your emails with anybody else. This is really just in case we see that you've downloaded any assets and we feel that you might like more information on them, or if anything changes radically that we feel that we need to let you know about. So we very rarely use this function, but if you think it would be useful to receive any information from us, then please tick that. And then click sign up. There are terms and conditions that you can look at in your own time. If you sign up, you will then get a little message saying thank you for registering, and then you will receive an email, which is how you activate your account. It's literally just a case of clicking on the link, and that will then take you straight to the resource library. So I'm just going to come out of this screen now and go into the resource library as myself so that I can talk you through some of the functions.
I think the link should come through almost instantaneously.
Yeah, it comes through really quickly. Yeah. So here we are in the resource library. I'm literally just going to talk you through these top bars, show you a few functions, and hopefully save you a little bit of time. So we're on the home page here. You can see across this blue bar, there is a search function. Now, actually, in terms of saving you time, we would really recommend that you try and avoid using the search function, unfortunately. And we have thousands and thousands of assets on the site. We're in the process of looking at redesigning a new site, so the whole site will change. And really, I think at the moment it's probably best to try and avoid the search function because it does pull up all sorts of assets that may not be very helpful to you. So that would be my #1 top tip. You can then go and look at information about different campaigns by clicking on where it says campaigns. So you'll see in there, if you're in Wales, Recycle for Wales, London Recycles, and then there are the different brands in here. So we've got Love Your Clothes, Love Your Food Take Waste, and Recycle Now. So you can get to all of those by clicking on campaigns. Equally, if you just scroll down a little bit, you can get to them using these logos here, which hopefully you're all familiar with. I'm just going back up to the blue bar. The way we would probably recommend that you get to most of our assets are through the collections. So this is where we've grouped assets for you, and you will find the most recent and the most up-to-date ones at the top of this collections page. So really, I think if you're looking for recent information that we've produced, either Recycle Now, Love Food Take Waste, or Love Your Clothes, I would recommend that you use the collections, and then you can just scroll down and look at the different groups. I will talk you through that in a minute, but I just want to carry on going through the bars at the top. Next to collections, you've got a photo library tab. This is currently under review, and as we are developing the new website, we will be looking at this function, but I would probably recommend at the moment not using the photo library. We have got a lot of new photos available for you, which are on the website, and I can show you where they are, which will be certainly in line with our social norming recycling communications approach, and I think will probably be of more use to you. After that, we've got the brand in action section, and this is where if you do use our assets and create some really nice communications materials, you can send them in, and we will put them up there for other local authorities and partners to see. There aren't many on there at the moment, so if you would like to send any information in, it would be great to start filling that section out. So that's the blue bar there. Then above that, you've got a scrapbook function, which I will show you a little later on in the webinar, but hopefully this will be of real use to you and will save you lots of time. There's also a help function, a function where you can update your profile and then you can sign out. So they are the key areas of the website. Right, I'm just going to start by going into the collections just to highlight. You won't see the asset panel created and expired because you're not set up as administrators, so that's purely available on our screens here, and so you will just have a white screen there. So if we go into the collections, I just want to show you how we've grouped things. So you'll see here at the top, Recycle Now Plastic Planet Animated Creatives campaign. So within this collection are all the assets that sit within that campaign. On your screen, you can only see 4 there, but if you click on the heading there, you will see that there are many more that sit underneath there. So you would be able to download any of those, and then just click that back button to take you back into the main collections area. You then scroll down, you'll see Recycle Now's campaign 2019. Again, there are just 4 images displayed. So if you click on this link here, it will take you to the full range of assets that are available within that collection. And this is where the new photography is kept that we had developed for you. So there's a range of photography focusing on different materials that we've taken in the bathroom, in the bedroom, in the kitchen, in the living room, outdoors, and then some more generic ones for you. So there's lots of photography in there that you are able to access for free. And again, going back to the main collections, it takes you down and you can keep scrolling down, looking at all the campaigns that we've run, all of the assets available to you. Just wanted to highlight one of the groups of assets, which are the Christmas ones. These were available for you last year and we've recycled them for you. So if you go into that collection, you will see the assets available for social media that you can share. We have some customizable assets here that you can change, and you can add in your local authority name. There's a toolkit which talks you through how to use them. And then there are some videos which you won't be able to customize to add in your local authority name, but you can still obviously use them on social media. I just want to show you what happens if you want to go into an asset to download it. So click on this link here and then go download now. If you want more information on the asset, there's always a little section of information here that tells you a bit more about it. So if we go to download, that will then reveal all of the assets that are available within that section. So for example, you might want to have a look at Father Christmas Does, see what's in there. Open that up. Double click on that link, and again. And there's your asset, and you can see there that you can change it. It is customizable, and the Britain Recycles can be changed to Banbury Recycles, for example. So that's just to show you what that looks like when you go into the download section. If we go back, just to quickly show you one of the videos that are available on social media. Again, go to download, and then you can download and have a look at any of the videos available. These are just very quick boomerang videos. Northerners do. And they're available, all available for you to use. So please do use them. There, and then go back again, and we're back into the collection section. I also just wanted to show you the scrapbook function, which I mentioned earlier. So this is right at the top here. It's really, really helpful if you want to share anything with designers that you may be working with, or colleagues that you're working with that are potentially struggling to find information on the website. You can share them into your scrapbook, and then you can just share them directly. So for example, if we go into one of the Plastic Planet assets, instead of going to download, you can just press save for later, and that will automatically put it into your scrapbook. It takes you straight to the scrapbook, and this is my scrapbook that I'm sharing now. And you can see that that new asset that I just shared is sitting in there now. If you then want to share your scrapbook, you simply click share your scrapbook, and then you share this link here. So literally copy and paste this link into an email, send it to whoever you want to share with, and they will automatically be taken straight to your scrapbook to see all of these assets that you shared in there. It's a really useful function, both for sharing, but also if there are regular assets that you use, you can just pop them in there, and then you can just go directly to your scrapbook to have a look at what's in there. Once you've finished with them, you simply delete or download, and that refreshes your scrapbook. Just to mention while we're in here, you'll see that there are individual images that I have saved in my scrapbook here, and these are all related to our Good to Know template materials, which you may have used in the past, and you can certainly be using going forwards. These individual images show a range of images that are interchangeable with the images that are currently in the template materials. So for example, if you wanted to focus on plastics, we have a huge range of plastic items that we couldn't fit into all the template materials, but you can download them from this screen and just replace any of the other items that you maybe don't collect or you don't want to focus on. So that's just to give you a pointer there of where you might be able to find those. So that's the scrapbook function. Hopefully that's been clear for you. Sorry, apologies for that, one click too many. As I say, the purpose of the webinar was just to talk you through the main functions. There is another webinar in a couple of weeks where a colleague of ours will be talking through how to use the design function, really. So it's very much focused on your designers, whoever puts your materials together. They may well find that webinar useful too. This was just to give an overview of where you can find things. I'm just going to come out of here and go back into the main presentation, where we'll just sign off and take any questions from you. Just to also highlight that we do have a local authority e-newsletter, so we'd really encourage you to sign up to that, because anytime we put anything new out, whenever we have new campaigns going out from Recycle Now, we will put a newsletter out so that you'll be made aware of those. And
helpfully, we usually put a link straight through to the right collection in the resource library, so it shouldn't have any problems whether you use the search function or not. Okay. Thank you, Jackie. So now it's really on to Q&As that we can cover. We have had a couple in. We've had a couple in from one person, so thank you, James, for your questions. I think it's probably an embarrassing highlight. James is suggesting that we could have some of our tips in the help function, where we're apparently still recommending using the search function, which is something we will go in and update after the session today. So apologies for that. And does the site work best in IE? Because I think James is using Chrome. I wasn't aware that it should work function any differently. It should work in both. But again, we'll have to take that one away, because neither of us are technical people on that front. We both use different. I use Chrome, you're using IE. The presentation was done on Internet Explorer, so yeah, it should be the same. It should be the same. So yeah. Question from Harriet there. How can you find the most recent campaigns quickly? Yep. The most recent campaigns will be at the top of the collections. So when I was talking through the collections, the most recent ones should always be at the top there. So you should be able to go to those quite easily. Thank you. I think one of the things, when I first started using it, I think it's using it. I mean, some of you may have used the library already and used the materials. I think the best thing to do is dive in and see what you can find, see what you can't find, more to the point, and then you can get in contact with us. I think on the screen now we've got the people you can get in touch with through your LA support team. But if it's specifically about the resource library, the email on there, partner inquiries @wrap.org.uk, I would perhaps try that one first of all. It then gets distributed to the people who can answer your issue, hopefully as quickly as possible. But do use the other people on there. I'm not on there, which is helpful, so I won't get any of these inquiries, but Jackie's there, and I think some of the other people you may be familiar with.
Just responding to Isabella's question. Hi, Isabella, thank you. The new website, when will that be available? That's a really good question. It won't be in the next year, I'm guessing. So
no, it will be linked to other developments that we're doing. So it's really tricky to give that answer, but we are committed to doing something to basically to improve the accessibility, I think, of the resource library.
yes, it is a long process.
So Abby's asking, are the brand guidelines for each collection in the collections section?
Yes, they will be, Abby. I know, yes, I can send you that link, Abby, if you're specifically looking for those, no problem. Any other questions? Can't see any others coming through.
I think if you are happy to sign up to the newsletter of it's the RAP LA e-zine, I think that would be it's a great way that we can communicate with you all, and we do send those out regularly. So if you haven't, then please do sign up to that.
And yeah, let us know if you have any further queries. As Richard said, partner inquiries very much for myself and Richard, so anybody in the Recycle Now team, and our other colleagues who are our technical advisors, if you email them on la.support, or you can use firstname.lastname@rap.org.uk.
And I just have one further suggestion for if you are going to sign up to the next webinar, which is where we talk about much more about the detail of how to use the templates. It depends on your role within your organisation, but I think it would be worth whoever is actually doing that. If you do have a designer, if you have a design team, or you outsource your design, then I would suggest that they could perhaps join as well, because there's some little idiosyncrasies with the materials that it might be helpful for a designer who's actually doing the jobs for you to be on that webinar as well. Yeah,
good point. Okay, well, thanks everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Hope it's been useful. Do email us if there's any other information you like. But for now, yeah, we'll hopefully speak to you soon. Thank you.
Bye now.